All right, good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. I am Jeff Boyle, Deputy Director for 911 at Pima, and joining me is Lieutenant Adam Reed from the Pennsylvania State Police. We want to take the opportunity to remind everybody that mobile carriers will be decommissioning their 3G networks beginning in 2022 and talk about some of the impacts to public safety. Mobile carriers will occasionally decommission older services and networks, such as 3G, in order to free up infrastructure to support more advanced services, such as 5G. As a result of these changes, older cell phones may be unable to make phone calls and send text messages. These upgrades may also impact other devices that rely on 3G connectivity, such as medical alert devices, tablets, and home security systems. If your mobile phone is more than a few years old, you may need to upgrade your device to avoid losing service. And calling 911 is often the quickest way for somebody to access emergency services. So plan now so that you do not lose connectivity, including the ability to call 911. Now, plans and timing to phase out 3G networks will vary by mobile carrier. Most users of these services will be notified directly by your carrier. However, there may be older phones in circulation that are used only to contact 911. For example, organizations that serve the homeless and survivors of domestic violence sometimes provide clients with older phones without a service plan for making emergency calls. Users of these type of 911 only phones may not be notified and should check with the organization that provided the phone about their options. Also, low-income individuals concerned that their 911 only phone may no longer be supported should consider applying for support through the FCC's Lifeline program. Information about the Lifeline program can be found on the FCC's website, including the application process, eligibility criteria, and other important information. For more information on your carrier's plans to decommission their 3G network, including what you can do to prepare, you may want to contact your mobile provider. Another great resource is to consult your mobile provider's website for more information such as their schedule to decommission their 3G network, a list of devices that will no longer be supported, options for you to upgrade your device or your service if applicable to you, and also frequently asked questions. For now, I'd like to turn it over to Lieutenant Reed for his perspective as a first responder.
Thank you, Deputy Director Boyle. My name is Lieutenant Adam Reed with the Pennsylvania State Police, and thanks for that important reminder for everyone. Over my 15 years in law enforcement, I've seen firsthand the importance of having access to the 911 system. And I can attest to the need to be able to reach 911 quickly whenever you need it. Whether it's a vehicle crash, a criminal act in progress, or a medical emergency, seconds count when it comes to calling 911. Dispatchers and first responders rely on the 911 system to gather that crucial information about the situation. That includes location, exactly where are you, what street are you on, what block, any landmarks around you, what's the emergency, what's the problem that we're responding to. We need to know what resources to send to the situation. Is there any danger posed? Is there any danger posed to the responding law enforcement officers, EMS, or fire personnel? And how many people are involved? Those are all important things that we need to know as first responders when we're responding out to emergencies. Imagine, if you will, traveling by yourself down a dark roadway in a snowstorm in an area you're not familiar with when your vehicle slides off the road. You need to know where you are to be able to call 911, and it's all the more important to have that 911 access when you do so. It's going to be paramount that first responders know where you are and what the situation is whenever we respond to help you out. First responders will go wherever we need to save lives and help wherever we can, but again, we need to know where you are and what the emergency is. You can do this by ensuring your 3G device gets updated in the time frame, and keep an eye out for messaging from your carrier, and please act accordingly if you do get that messaging from your carrier. Again, seconds count, and 911 access is very important. With that, that concludes my remarks. Any questions in the room?
For those who have, let's say, Life Alert, and those who really depend on this, 3G that will be no longer in use, what would you advise to them?
Sure. So for medical alert devices and those kind of instruments, you definitely want to contact the vendor or provider who gave you that medical device to figure out your options.
For those who are, let's say, homeless or really depend on this, would they have to like, this usually would mean they would have to upgrade to 4G or 5G at more cost, and sometimes they don't have those costs. So what options are laid out for them?
Sure. So one option is to apply for assistance through the FCC's Lifeline program. This is a program that offers low or no cost assistance to individuals who need access to wireless service. Now, some organizations do provide a mobile phone to individuals such as the homeless for the sole purpose of making an emergency call. So in those kind of situations, they definitely want to talk to the organization that provided the phone to discuss options to make sure they still have the capability of calling 911.
I know you mentioned this before, but like, how soon is this expected to start?
So the schedule to decommission 4G networks, it's really going to vary by mobile provider. For example, I believe AT&T is going to start in February 2022, but Verizon's not going to be to the end of the year. So we really do encourage you to, if you have a mobile service plan today, to contact your carrier or even consult their website. Mobile carriers usually do have the schedule of when they're going to decommission their 3G network on their websites.
Will we start to see more 4G and more 5G, and if so, when?
So that really is the intent. So occasionally, mobile carriers, they will decommission older services such as 3G. This also happened with 2G. So they're decommissioning the 3G networks now, just in order to free up the infrastructure on their networks in order to be able to support 5G. And again, deployment of 5G services, it really is going to depend on the carrier when they're ready to do that. And a great source for that information and those schedules is really on their website.
I'm just curious, for people who call 911 without a cell phone plan, is 911 center still able to track those phones, or how does that process work?
So they can't. So it's an FCC rule that if you pick up a cell phone and dial 911, that call has to go through. Some of the challenges with those calls, oftentimes location information does not come along with it. So the capability to contact 911 is there, but oftentimes the associated data and things that come with a normal wireless call don't come with that 911 call. Any other questions? All right, thank you very much.